Mr. Thomas from Island Riddims, and when I'm in Jamaica, I feel safe because we are the Tourism Courtesy Corps!
This is Island Riddims, your Caribbean cultural destination. And here is your host, Esther J. Thomas.
With me, the Honorable Minister of Tourism, Mr. Edmund Bartlett. How are you?
Very well, thank you, and welcome to Jamaica. It's wonderful to have you and the entire team that has come today to witness not only the great jazz and blues, but to see an important area of the support infrastructure for tourism delivery inaugurated.
Now, Brand Jamaica is all over the world. You click on your TV, Brand Jamaica. Talk to me a little bit about Brand Jamaica.
Well, Brand Jamaica, of course, is now, I think, the #5 brand in the world as a destination. And this has been carefully developed over the years based on determining those key and critical elements, factors that are uniquely Jamaican and that can define us in the global marketplace. And we think that our music is a very, very strong aspect of that branding, our culture, in fact, in general. Certainly our historic experiences have also been very important in the branding, the architecture in Jamaica, our physical environment, as you will. Thirdly, I think our people, the iconic attraction for Jamaica is really our people. The mystique of our people, this enormous confluence of ethnicity and of cultural strains that have come together to create this out of many one people that we are. And so there is a little bit of Jamaica for everybody, because there's a little piece of everybody in us. And that has demonstrated itself in terms of the genius that have come out in our athletes and in our academicians and in our music performers. And it has been a case where almost everything that the Jamaicans have touched, they have excelled in it. I mean, even in the things that we really shouldn't be involved in.
Yeah, it is true. I was just talking earlier to one of the local artists here, and yes, Jamaica is a part of everything. Every place you go, Jamaica is there. Now, we are at the inauguration of the courtesy officers, and I heard you speak earlier of the 3 S's. Let's touch a little bit on what they provide and how do you feel Jamaica will benefit by having these courtesy officers?
Indeed, one of the things that not only the visitors from abroad, but our local Jamaicans who use the resort areas need to feel is a sense of security. They want to feel that there is somebody who is looking for them, looking out for them, so to speak. And that's what the Courtesy Corps is going to be doing. Then they want to feel safe. So they know also that these people are protecting the environment, the areas around them. It is ensuring that their own personal safety, as well as the safety of the community around, is secure. And finally, they want to feel friendliness and the warmth, the friendship, the hospitality, and that's what they're supposed to give. So what we've done is to combine these 3 very critical attributes that the Corps must have into this one team that we're putting out there. And we're saying that Destination Jamaica is being made even more distinctive by the fact that we offer an experience that is safe, secure, and friendly.
There you go. You have your 3 S's. Minister, it's been an awesome time talking to you. I hope to see you tonight, jazzing it up later on.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
So thank you.
That's another part of the branding, as we say. We've redefined the Air Jamaica Jazz and Blues. We've rebranded it to be the Jamaica Jazz and Blues, which is the ownership now that Brand Jamaica has of this important product. And we're going to be driving it not only now, but down the road, and it will become a permanent fixture in the calendar of events that will characterize and define Destination Jamaica.
Absolutely. I know you come down here and talk to the minister yourself, of course. He's available for interviews, and it was a very, very friendly atmosphere. And I must say that I met some of the courtesy officers today, and you guys did a good job in selecting them. They're absolutely courteous, very friendly and very outgoing. I really enjoyed speaking to some of them today.
They've embodied the spirit of Jamaica.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Thank
and
you
have a
very
good
much.
day.
Okay, you too. And enjoy the sun, the sea, and the sand, and all the other great essence.
Wish I could take a little bit
Jamaica
back
has
with
to
me.
offer.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life. Got to get you into my life, into my life, yeah. Got to get you into my life, yeah.
We're here with the lovely, talented, beautiful Miss Karen Smith. And like they say in Jamaica, the last time I interviewed her, she was in foreign.
Yes, I was in Paris.
You're like good money, you're everywhere.
I'm glad to welcome you to Jamaica. This is perfect.
And I'm happy to be here.
Yes,
Now this evening you perform with the E Parks Band.
Yes. Peter Ashbourne,
Mr.
Hello.
Michael Harris.
Hello.
Hello. And Mr. Harris.
Hello. It's all thorns and roses.
But you know, thorns go well with roses.
Yes, so it works perfect.
It works perfectly.
You say so.
I know you've been working with the band for a very, very long time. How long have you been
Well, the
working?
band was formed in 2005, but I've been at all of the performances except one when I had no voice. But anyway, that's another story. But every time we get a chance to work together, I look forward to it because I get to sing with Michael and I get to work with Peter and a horn section, including Dean Fraser. So, and Desi Jones, come on. And drums, you have to pull me out of the sky. I'm so high. You know, it's so nice seeing you. Welcome to Jamaica.
And we're happy to be here. But tell me something. The E Parks Band, the name comes from what?
It's Emancipation Park, actually. Right. We the NHT was doing a Christmas concert, and they asked me to form a band for the Christmas concert. So I formed the band, and they said, "Great, what's the name?" Huh? And they actually came up. Don Walker, Valerie Magnus of NHT came up with the band and said, "It's the E Park Band." I said, "What? Hey, maybe. Okay, all right."
So hence the name E Park. Okay. Now working with Dean, I know all of you write.
Yes.
All of you write and compose music, right?
Yes.
I want to be right. So you say yes loudly.
Yes.
Okay. Now, when you write, you've written for people like, who are some of the people that you've written for?
Yeah.
Everybody?
Yeah, well, I put together this so-called orchestra for Beres Hammond's Moment in Time shows, and we did them first in New York and Miami, and then before that I've done studio work. I've done orchestrations for It goes on. Let me see now. You're putting me on a spot. I can't remember
All
those
right. Well, he
things.
has written a beautiful song.
There you go.
For
See,
Karen Smith.
that's why she's sitting here.
1988. It was called the Winds of Hope, and it was for the Olympic effort. It was for the Olympic efforts in 1988, and it's been around, and it's been around. I mean, it has stood the test of time. So Peter's a great composer, and before that we did a lot of jingle commercials and things on the radio. Yeah.
Now you have an album that you did in the past. Tell us a little bit about that. The name of the album?
It's called Reflections of Love, but now I'm looking forward to other things, you know. Yes, Peter, you see, this is the Lord talking. The Lord talking. We have to work on our album. So by the time you come back to us next year, we will have our material, and some of it will be done on the, because we're going to be on next year at what time you think? 9 is good for us? We'll be on at about 9 o'clock next year, right, on the jazz, because we were on at 6:20 this year. Not working. Okay. No. Okay. Not working.
So that's a plug.
Lovely Michael Harris sing and all those things.
Mr. Harris.
Yes.
Yes, I'm gonna get comfy.
All right, it's
I'm gonna
fine.
get comfortable with you here. now, how many different instruments you play? Because I know all of you play instruments. So how do you play instruments now? How many of them do you play?
Oh, it's not a lot. I play viola and a little keyboard. I would never tell anybody this, but because I don't really consider myself a pianist or a keyboardist. But that's what I write my music on. But that's about it.
Now, if there was an artist that you had to write a song for, who would the artist be? And what type of song would you pick for that artist?
That's tough.
You want to write for everyone?
Yeah. I like some eclectic artists. I like Sting and Peter Gabriel and people like that. So I'd love to work with them.
What's your favorite Sting song?
7 Days.
Wow, I would have never guessed.
Oh, okay.
That's interesting. I like Sting too,
Okay.
and I like Guns N' Roses.
Yeah, I love
so I
Guns.
listen
Yeah.
to a little bit of everything.
Okay.
I think kids that grew up in the Caribbean, were
Yes.
we're well versed, country and western and all sorts of things. We listen to everything and we do everything. Okay, where's your next performance, Karen?
It's going to be on the 22nd of February, the E-Park Band, featuring everyone here, and we are going to be at Jazz in the Gardens, Jamaica Pegasus. Please get on a plane and come and see us, because instead of working for only 40 minutes, we'll be working for 80 minutes. 80 minutes, and we're looking forward to it. So the 22nd of February, if you're going to be in Jamaica, or it's a very good excuse to come and visit your family. So come and see us.
Okay, well, E-Park's band and Karen Smith, thank you very much. I enjoy talking to you, and I love being here in Jamaica, listening to you guys.
Welcome. Nice having you here.
Thank you.
Saturday in the park, I think it was the 4th of July. People dancing, people laughing, men selling ice cream and singing a jazz song.
$100 million. Yes, that's a mark. The Legends, Chicago, right here in Jamaica. What an honor to have you guys in Jamaica with us tonight. And I know that you guys have done a lot for the music industry. We see the music industry changing now. A lot of people are singing songs. We have a lot of people doing one-hit things. Where do you see this music going, and what would you say to the young people today to keep our music as influential as the music of Chicago?
Well, it's really a challenge nowadays, but I think that just the nature of music is that it's a way to communicate between people, and I don't think music's going anywhere. So I think that young people need to just concentrate on their technique and be true to what they want to say, and just don't stop. You just never stop. And that's why we've been doing it for 40 years. We just don't stop.
Yeah, I think the business is in flux right now, and you know, obviously the record companies are trying to figure out how to stay in the business, and I think probably where it's going is into the internet, so that the songwriters will present their own material, figure out a way to get it out to the public, and I think that's where it's going. We just don't know when and how yet.
What I'd like to see is a collaboration, and I know you guys have done a lot. You've worked with a lot of big names, and you guys went from the Chicago Authority to just plain old Chicago. Who are some of the big names that you'd like to see working with you guys and collaborating?
You know, we've been trying to put together a collaborative recording project for sometime in the next year. So we've been reaching out to people like, John Legend for one, John Mayer for another, and also bands like Maroon 5, just to see if you know what would happen if they wrote a song for Chicago, or if they wrote a song, if they wanted to do a classic Chicago song with us or even without us. So that's one of the things that we're actually thinking of doing at this moment.
How did you go from being in Chicago to LA? Did you think that going to LA or moving to LA would open up doors for you?
Well, we moved to LA because we were playing clubs in Chicago, in the Chicago area, and it got to a point where we were getting fired for playing original songs because the club owners wanted us to play top 40 music. So we had to move to California, either California or New York, to get the music heard and recorded. And we ended up living in California and recording in New York, so we were covering both coasts.
All right, great to have you in Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen. Chicago, doing it up for Island Rhythms, the station that brings you the rhythm of the islands. I'm Esther Thomas. Stay tuned for more Island Rhythms. Good night. And welcome to Jamaica. I'm Esther from Island Rhythms. Nice to have you with us. I'm from Connecticut. Now I understand that, right? I understand that we're neighbors, right?
Yeah,
you guys,
we used to. I used to live in Norwalk, and I lived in Brookfield. He used to live in Brookfield. Yeah, Danbury.
Now originally, wasn't there family from Atlantic Star that came from up York?
White Plains.
White Plains.
Some people call it upstate. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, one of you, which one? I think it's you. Tell me your name.
Jonathan Lewis.
Jonathan Lewis.
LeJean Epps.
Mr. Epps.
Melissa Pierce.
The beautiful Melissa.
And Wayne Lewis.
Okay, and the reason I'm asking your name is because a lot of people watch Atlantic Star today and they don't realize that some of the members have changed.
Right.
Okay, so that's why we're saying what your name is. You still sing your songs the same way. Okay, Melissa, when you sing Secret Love, is there something going on in your head about that? Do you have something that you want to share with us about that?
It's a secret.
I like that. I like that. I really like that. Are you guys doing any touring? And how can we find out where you are, what you're doing, and what's coming up next for Atlantic Star?
We have dates coming up. We'll be in Japan the week of the 15th for the whole week. We'll be in Tokyo, Osaka, Fukuoka, and Nagoya. And then we're wrapping up an album, hopefully for early spring release, and then we'll start scheduling a tour. Hopefully it'll go throughout 09 after the spring.
Okay. Now, Melissa, I just want to ask you, do you find it being that as young as you are, being hard for people to recognize that you're singing these old songs from way back when, and can they recognize that how do you feel about that?
What, that I'm singing the older songs?
Yeah.
They feel new. They feel new. I grew up listening to Atlantic Star, so when I entered the group, it was like second nature. The songs, they mean something. The words really mean something. It's not like you're just singing any kind of words, you know? And I think a lot of people can relate to all of the songs, you know. Am I Dreaming, Secret Lovers? You see how everybody go crazy over Secret Lovers, because if you haven't gone through whatever it's saying in the song, you know somebody that did, you know.
Yeah, and if you did go through it, we're just like Melissa said earlier, we're gonna still keep it a secret, okay? That's what that's about. What do you guys see yourselves in the future as far as collaborations with other bands, other groups, writing and producing music? Where do you see yourselves fitting into that?
Well, what we're in the process of doing is sort of like developing our production company now. because we're trying to reach back and start producing and developing younger artists that have potential to really do something in the music industry. We'll continue to play, but in some point in time we really want to just really focus more on production, writing, and developing new acts.
Okay, and how many other jazz festivals have you guys played? Or was this your first, or do you plan on doing more?
This is the second one for Jamaica, but we've done several. Inferno. We played here in the early 90s with Freddie McGregor and I think Sandra McIntyre. I think that was her last name. I can't remember.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Again, we're at the beautiful Rose Hall Plantation. This is Island Rhythms, hanging out with Atlantic Star.
Two of us together, your time will never part. This fairy tale we're sharing is real inside our hearts. Let it be forever, never will it end. This promise I do make, heaven is ours to take. Now I found the masterpiece in you, a work of art is true, and I treasure you.
Mr. Priest,
yes,
you have put reggae on the map, a legend. That's right. Of course, we know that you put
I didn't put it on the map.
in the world.
People like Dennis Brown and Bob Marley and Gregory Isaac and John Holt and all those cats put it on the map long before I did. I just helping to fly the flag. That is what I'm doing.
And you are so modest. But I want to say that I want to say that you had one of the first hits in the UK.
Yeah, well, no. You have Dennis Brown have hit in the UK, Boris Gardner. There's quite a few other people who have had hits in England before I did. Desmond Dekker. There's quite a few. Millie Small. You know, there's so many other people.
You're so modest, Mr.
It's
Priest.
not being modest, it's the truth. It's the truth.
Let me ask you something. What do you have cooking up? We're waiting for something. We want something.
I have a new album coming, hopefully before the middle of this year. You know, everybody say, we want something new, but to be honest with you, so many artists out there have put out about 50 million albums and stuff like that, and it just gets lost. You know, whatever it is that I've done, I would like it to be understood, appreciated, and enjoyed.
And it still is. Your music is indigenous not just to Jamaica, but in the world. You wrote music that people remember.
Well, then we're kind of saying the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do 25, 30 albums and then somebody, goes, what song was that? Or what was that? Even Bob didn't do a whole lot of album. You understand? And even some of the songs that he did them over like 6 times. 6 different versions of the one song. And that helps everybody to kind of memorize and feel like they're a part of it and grow with it. Not 60 albums and it just gets too much of one thing is not good.
How is it touring with UB40 right now?
UB40 was wonderful. I'm not touring with UB40 right now, but I spent a great time with them last year. We did some songs together, and then obviously quite naturally we toured together. People don't get lost. It's not UB40 Maxi Priest UB40. It's UB40 Maxi Priest, and we collaborated together and we worked together, and that's all it is. And I had a great time with them. I got a lot of respect for them. They are also pioneers of reggae music. So
that sounds great. Thank you so much, Mr. Priest. Of course, we have to wrap it up. Thank you so much for stopping by.
They say I'm flirting, oh no, you just can't take it anymore. Hey, friends say I'm no good for you, but in my heart I'm so true. Partner for life, we can't be sure. Hey, you ask them for some time to clear your mind. Oh, say it hurts so much. Have to touch now I'm back and you say, just a little bit. Everything to you. You say you wanna start something new, and it's breaking my heart you're leaving. Baby, I'm grieving, but if you wanna leave, take good care. Hope you find a lot of nice things out there, but just remember there's a lot of bad air. Come on, everybody! It's hard to get by just upon a smile, girl. Everybody. How long is he baby you like a child, girl?
Thank you for watching Island Riddims with your host, Esther J. Thomas. Join us next time for your Caribbean cultural destination on Island Riddims.